Welcome back to War of the Lesbian Zombies. In the last episode, we learned that Carolyn wants a sister her own age, and we watched Monica use her feminine charms to persuade Alphonse to let the Sisterhood use his new yacht.
The sisters were discussing Black Friday too. I want each of you to contact the men on the list and personally invite them to the party. Senator James Hoffman has been removed from the list for spewing fake news about the lesbian zombies running around loose. Good. I'm glad I won't have to call the prick. Who do we call instead? Admiral Roy Kincaid. I don't recall him being initiated. I have a plan for that, Donna. You're going to fly to the island of Rhodes in the Aegean Sea. The U.S. Navy has an anchorage there. Admiral Kincaid is in charge. Drop in on him, tell him you're a friend of Jackie O'Neill. He'll be delighted to see you. Won't he think it's odd that a friend of Jackie's would show up on Rhodes of all places? Say you're there to find white myrtle, a new ingredient for Jackie's skin cream. Then comes the fun part. Get him to kiss you. Shouldn't be hard. He's a man and you're a gorgeous woman. Kiss him back good and hard to give him the virus. Then finish him. One way or the other, he'll forever be loyal to us. Sounds like a challenge. When do I leave? This afternoon at 3. JAL Flight 2410. It flies direct to Athens, then on to Rhodes. Jorge will drive you to the airport. I better start packing. Brenda looked over her sisterhood. Full-grown women, beautiful and sexy, and decided this was the time to address Caroline's problem. Sisters, it's been brought to my attention that Caroline's bratty behavior comes from lacking a friend her own age. We need to plan a party and invite her classmates. I'll talk to her. Monica rushed upstairs and knocked on Caroline's door.
Go away!
Monica opened the door and walked to the bed where she was bawling. I'm sorry you don't have any friends.
It's not that.
We'll go to your school and invite all the girls in your class to a happy party here at the house.
Big deal.
Why do you say that?
Friends to play with? That's nice, but they have their own homes and families. I want a sister my own age.
I don't see how that is possible, honey. Where would we ever find an unwanted little girl? Let's start with the party and go from there. Caroline sat up and hugged her.
I love you. You're my new mommy.
I love you too. Now let's go down to breakfast. We have a party to plan.
Can it be a sleepover?
We will see. Colonel Wes Miller was thinking about lesbians. With his wife Lynn, he drove to the Pentagon even though he was on a forced 3-week leave and had no business in the building. Unaware that General Taylor would be advised of his arrival, he showed his ID to the main gate MP, then parked his car in his assigned spot. Okay, Lynn, wait here.
You know you're not supposed to go in there.
I won't be long. He got out and trekked through security, then proceeded down the long hallways to General Taylor's office. He started going through a new stack of files and documents in the inbox, hoping to find anything related to Foxtrot Zero. Halfway through the first folder, he heard General Taylor talking to someone right outside the door.
Damn, he's not supposed to be here. What happened to him taking time off too?
He was trapped. The door opened. Taylor wasn't surprised to see him. What are you doing here, Wes? He stood at attention. I'm just looking for a file I left around here somewhere. Bullshit. You just couldn't stay away, could you? Always nosing around in my business. I should have you arrested.
Sir, please, my wife, Lynn, she's waiting for me in the car. I can't leave her in the parking lot. Please don't have me arrested.
Nah, the general couldn't do that to his good friend. Go home, Wes. I'll call you when I need you. You're dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
Wes ran back to the car. Breathless, he got in and banged his hand on the steering wheel.
Damn, Damn! Lynn set a gentle hand on his arm. I gather you didn't find what you were looking for? Nothing on Foxtrot Zero. Lawrence walked in like he was expecting me. Trust him, Wes. He's a good man. He won't do anything to harm this country. I know he's up to something, and it's big. Bigger than big. Can we go home now? Wes took a long, deep breath, held it, then exhaled in total relief of not being arrested. I'm going to find out what's going on, even if it kills me. The next morning, Monica took Caroline to school. Her plan was to see Caroline's teacher and come up with a party idea for the girls in her class. Getting there 45 minutes early, they walked in through the front doors. A woman was standing with her back to the entrance, talking on her cell phone. That's my teacher. At 27 years old, Jill Anderson had never married and never missed a day teaching class. Monica listened in on Jill's conversation.
It's hard for her to learn when the other children tease her.
Those kids don't tease her, they torture her. Betsy is trying her best. The desperation in Jill's voice was heartbreaking.
She's way behind other students, can't even write her own name.
It's not her fault she's autistic.
It's worse than autism. She's always yelling, throwing fits, like children with explosive mood disorder or DMDD.
She's frustrated is all. Give her another chance, please.
I'm sorry, Miss Anderson, but I'm going to recommend homeschooling. She's too disruptive to the other students.
Jill hung up, but as hard as she tried, she couldn't stop the tears from welling in her eyes. But Betsy tries so hard. Excuse me, Miss Anderson? She turned around. Can I help you? I don't mean to intrude, but maybe there is a way to help Betsy. Who are you? She's my new mom. Well, hello there, Caroline. You're here early. I know. I'm Monica, Caroline's adopted mother. Sorry to hear Betsy is autistic. As you can see from my tears, it hasn't been easy. Would you like to come over to our house and bring Betsy along with you? Caroline needs a friend. Oh, I don't know. Betsy doesn't do friends well. What do you have to lose? Where do you live? At the ranch with Jackie O'Neill. The rich skin cream lady? Yes, rich but smart. I think she can help Betsy. How? Does she do homeschooling? Sure. We will call it that. Betsy needs help. I guess it couldn't hurt to talk to Jackie. When do you want us to come over? Tonight. 6 all right? Jackie will send her driver to pick you up here. 6 will be fine. Jill shook hands with Monica and gave Caroline a hug. See you in class, Caroline, and I love your dress. I can't wait to meet Betsy. Captain Robert Johnson rented a car and drove through the town of Sierra Vista to Fort Huachuca. Driving up to the front gate, he was surprised to see Sergeant First Class Mac Giles from his old Ranger company, Charlie 25, standing guard. Mac, how the hell are you? Happy to be of service, sir. How many of us are here? 6 from our old squad. Why are we here? Does Foxtrot Zero mean anything to you? No, sir. Good. Round up the men and tell them we'll meet in the mess hall at 1500 hours. I'll brief everyone then. Yes, sir. Robert drove on to the abandoned Army Air Base. Brenda and her sisters were waiting on the front lawn for Jill and her daughter Betsy to show up. Caroline needed a friend her own age, and Monica had found the perfect little girl. The hard part would be convincing the mother. Jorge drove the Mercedes up the driveway, got out, and opened the door for Jill and Betsy.
That kid yelled the whole damn way. I hope I don't have to drive that brat anywhere again.
Monica met Jill and Betsy at the car door. Caroline and Girly Dog ran up.
Hi, Betsy. I'm Caroline. You want to play?
Betsy clung to her mother's leg.
I don't want to, Mommy.
Go ahead, sweetie. It's good to make a new friend.
No, no, no!
She stomped her feet, dropped to her butt, and started pulling grass up by the roots.
Betsy, please be nice.
Girly Dog licked her face.
Betsy, do you want to race me and Girly Dog to my room? I won't run too fast.
Giggling, Betsy wiped off dog slobber.
I guess so.
She looked up at her mom.
Can I?
Sure, honey, but don't run too fast. Betsy did her best to keep up, but Caroline was leaving her in the dust. Girly Dog started barking and running next to Betsy. Caroline turned around, ran back to Betsy, and took her hand.
We can walk to the house instead.
Monica introduced Jill to the sisters. And this is Brenda, the mother hen around here. Welcome to the ranch, Jill. As Brenda hugged her, Jill was thinking about Betsy.
Oh, dear God, please, please don't let her have another temper tantrum.
Brenda had read Jill's thoughts. She won't believe the transformation when she sees Betsy again.
If I know anything about lesbian zombies, I say Betsy's life is going to get a whole lot better. And Carolyn's too. But you can bet Colonel Miller is going to unwind Foxtrot Zero and land in a world of trouble. Don't miss episode 11, when Jill sees the change in Betsy and goes ballistic. Donna and Carrie meet in shark-infested waters, and in comes Frank. Oh yeah, you gotta meet Frank.